My name is Charles Blackbird, Program Coordinator with First Peoples Development. I will be explaining the ASETS quarterly/monthly progress report. In the sub-agreement holder name, you would place the name of your community. Below that, the contact name, where you would be putting your name or the individual's name that would be authoring this document. Below that, you would have your space there for your phone number, your fax number. Next, you would have to put in the period covered. For example, April 2012 to June 2012. Client targets, you would put in the number of clients for this particular period, whether they are CRF clients or EI clients, totaling the number of clients targets. So we'll get right into the description of the progress report. Part 1 is summary of project activities. It asks, please discuss successes in delivering the training programs and administration of the annual operational plan. The description provided for you on the template reads, record here how you deliver your training, the successes of your administration as well as your clients. Examples would be you completed the training, you went on to get a journeyman ticket or a job with the province of Manitoba, highways, etc. So in here, in this section is where you would talk about the successes that you had in delivering the training program, whether you were successful in training 10 carpenters, perhaps 2 of them carried on to further training and 5 of them were successful in getting employment, as an example. Number 2 asks, please discuss lessons learned in delivering training programs and administration. The template example is record here anything you learned while involved with a training program. So you could have learned something simple as the coordination of a meeting, facilitating a meeting, contacting all of the participants involved, partners, arranging the meeting space, the times. You could have been involved in budgeting for the training. You may have had to learn firsthand how to prepare a budget, which would include tuitions, participant allowances, travel, and any other special needs that the clients may require throughout the training. Could be special clothing, safety goggles, steel toe boots, etc. So you would just basically discuss things that you learned during the delivery of a particular training program. Number 3, discuss challenges and solutions in delivering training programs. The template description reads, discuss here any challenges that you experience when finding appropriate training for your client, purchasing training, getting your clients to the training program, administering the funds, reporting, assessments, data management, and anything you feel is relevant. So in this section, you would talk about the challenges. Now, a number of examples that I've come across would be stuff like securing training space. You may, in some cases, not have any available space in your community. You may have to go outside the community, or if there is space within the community, you may have to arrange with that program for the use of their space, any costs related to it. There are other challenges such as transportation. One of the biggest barriers is driver's license and access to a vehicle. Many of our clients are not successful for the simple reason that they don't have access to a vehicle. They can't get to the training. One day the driver is not able to make it. He's got issues with his vehicle, or he's got other commitments that day, and that client is not able to catch a ride. There are other challenges like daycare. There may or may not be daycare available in the location where the training is taking place. The training may be off reserve, and arrangements for daycare services may not be available. So those are some of the challenges. There are a number of other challenges that you may have in there. That's where you would list challenges that you and your clients are facing. The next section, part 2, deals with training information. In here, there are 3 sections: training information, information on the number of participants, and other information. Under the first section, training information, under the first column, name of training program and institution, which is pretty straightforward. You would indicate whether it is carpentry with Assiniboine Community College, or welding with Red River College, etc. In the next column, the name of the client. This is where you would list the client's name. And we move over to the information on the number of participants. And here there are 5 columns. First one is you would, depending on where they are in the program, whether they have completed the program, they may have become employed as a result, or they chose to return to school and continue with their education. And we will have those that have withdrawn and incomplete with the program. And also, during this reporting period, you could have clients that are in progress. The third section of it is other information. This is where you would indicate whether an EI eligibility check was done. Simply check off the box, or if you haven't, just leave it blank. Also, this is where you would indicate whether you have entered or not entered the client into ARMS. The next part of the progress report is part 3, report on minimum levels of service. Here you would have in your office a sign-in sheet throughout the year, and for this particular reporting period, you would be putting in the date, and you would be putting in the month and the year, the number of clients served, and the total, and any comment, which is the types of activities that took place with those clients for that particular month. The examples that are on the template show that in December of 2013, we had 2 drop-in clients, so a total of 2 clients. The types of activities involved with the client and the coordinator were job search assistance, resume writing, information on I guess programs, and EI application. The next example would be January 2014. You had 10 clients, totaling 10, and assessments were performed and applications were completed for upcoming training. Part B of the service would be the service needs assessment. In this section, you would, from the daily sign-in sheet, you would put the information as to the exact date that they received service from your office, the name of the individual or the name of the client that was served, provide their address, phone number, and a description of what took place, whether it was a job search, you needed to update someone's resume, perhaps you were faxing resumes, phoning employers for the status on job applications, etc. These this report on minimum levels of service would be for the clients that you are not funding, and also for those that are non-band members. And when I say not funding, that means that you are not paying a tuition, nor are you providing a living allowance. You are only providing a minimum level of service. which is what I explained, access to the internet, telephone, activities like EI applications, resume writing, and applications to the program for supports. Part 4 of the progress report deals with reporting on formal partnerships. In column 1, we would be providing a project description. So you would talk about the project or the program, whether it was carpentry. You would say things like 6-month carpentry program. We are going to train 25 community members, and the program is going to be delivered by Red River College. Column 2 asks for the names of organizations involved. So in here you would list your partners. So it would be the Employment and Training Office. It could be any of the band programs that you have decided to partner with, or it could be the province, or it could be the federal government. But then you would need to list all of the organizations involved. Column 3 refers to the types of organizations. So in here you would just list whether they were an Aboriginal organization, whether they were government, federal or provincial, or you would put down that if they were a training institution or another program within the community, which would also fall under Aboriginal organization. Column 5 is the duration. So you would put the start date of the project and also the end date. Column 6 deals with the contributions, whether it's monetary or in kind. Monetary referring to the cost of the project. You would indicate the total costs, so that would be the participant allowances, the travel, any other additional costs for special clothing, for example. The other contribution could be in kind, and in kind refers to perhaps the First Nation is hosting the training. They are going to allow the training to take place in their band hall or one of their training rooms at no cost or minimal cost. Could also be referred to if the coordinator from that community is administering the project, they may be responsible for collecting all the information such as attendance, processing student allowances, incentives, stuff like that. That would be considered in kind, where there's no actual physical exchange of monies. Column 7, the results achieved during this reporting period. So if the project has completed, you would indicate that it is completed. 8 of the 10 carpenters completed the program. 5 of them are employed. 3 have continued on with school and are getting a higher level of education. Column 8 is the agreement type. We would like to see our sub-agreements formalize their partnerships, and this means that we need something, some type of an agreement, whether it's a memorandum of understanding, letter of intent, a cooperative agreement, a contribution agreement, or a simple contract. So, for example, you may want to enter into a contract with a service provider, whether it's Red River Community College, Assiniboine Community College, for example. You may want to have a memorandum of understanding between the Employment and Training Office and any of the other community programs. It could be a joint venture agreement as indicated in the template. And a partnership is a training which involves 2 or more participants as well as 2 or more partners in delivering the training for this particular project or program. Lastly, we have part 5, the ASETS success story. And the coordinator in the community would be completing this document, filling in the name of the participant, the address, the description, the location, the start date, the end date, and the amount of activities funded. And if there are any other partners, there's a list of questions, such as what were you doing at the time you applied for the program, what motivated you to apply, enroll in this program, please provide a general description of the program, what was your biggest challenge, what did you find most rewarding or enjoyable, where are you working now or returning to school. Is this a result of the program? Yes or no? How has this experience impacted you, your family, friends, or community? And that is how you would complete your monthly progress report. Thank you.